everybody, this is Rabbit's blog, and welcome to my comic book discussion series. Today's comic book discussion is on whether or not you like comic books that are overhyped in the media. For me personally, I'm usually one of those people who prefer to read a comic book series after the hype for it has died down, since it would help me judge the comic book on its own merit, rather than judging it based on what was being hyped up about it. Sometimes one of the problems that I have with certain comic books being overhyped is that they assure you that the comic book will have one of the greatest stories you have ever read. But sometimes the story ends up being one of the worst comic book stories that you have ever read, and your hopes for the series end up getting shot down due to that bad story. Now, that's not to say that all comic books that are overhyped are terrible, because there are some comic books like Brian K. Vaughan's Saga series that are overhyped, but have some really good stories and really deserve the hype. Another problem I sometimes have with overhyped comic books is that if the majority of the fans enjoyed the story, but you were one of the few fans who didn't enjoy the story, then sometimes some of the fans will get aggressive with the people who didn't like the story, or who did enjoy the story that was widely hated, and that can cause problems with the fans who are trying to give out their honest opinions on the comic book. All in all, it really depends on what you look for in a comic book and whether or not the hype surrounding the comic book is really worth checking out. So what do you think? Do you like overhyped comic books, or do you prefer to read comic books that are not hyped up? Please feel free to voice your opinions below, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter so I can keep you updated on any new videos I post up. Also, if there are any other comic book discussions that you wish for me to discuss, then please feel free to comment below and I'll see what I can do about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's blog, and I'll see you later.